Peace and salutations, beautiful people. Welcome to my YouTube, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. This is a reading for anyone who has the letter A in their name. So before we begin, quick housekeeping. Like I said, my name is Afonime. I am a channel, and you can book me for your own personal readings if you're interested. Outside of regular guidance readings, that's what my personal readings are, I also offer in total 5 esoteric services. Passed on readings, which is for anyone who has a loved one who has passed on and they'd like to connect with, or just connect with a random passed on loved one. Sometimes I'd have no control over who comes through. I do past life regression sessions, which is for anyone who's interested in tapping back into a past life. I do dream interpretations, ancestral messages, and the guidance readings, all in total. I also make jewelry. These are my originals. You can find more of that on my website as well. I'll link my boutique. Oh, these introductions are long. Actually, I'll just link all my information down below because I just feel like let's get started, right? Shall we? I'm a doula. Yeah. Okay. So reading for anyone with the letter A in their name. I'm gonna take that. 7 of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Cups in reverse wanted to come out too. There's a need to pull back into self. We can be so hard on ourselves at times. We can beat up ourselves. And I think there's a constant fight, Not that old story of the 2 wolves, but I think that within all of us, there's this constant battle and this fight of wanting to be authentic and wanting to be ourselves and wanting to dare to live beyond the binaries and the boxes that have been drafted and created for us to exist within. And so there exists this constant tug and pull, this constant battle of who am I allowed to be, who can I be, who should I be, all existing at the same time. And it hurts. It hurts because not only are you judging yourself for not allowing yourself to be who you can be, but it also hurts because you're also judging yourself through the language of the world, through the language of shame. Shaming yourself for not being good enough in one world or good enough for yourself in your own reality. And so there's a need to pour back into self, to step back and admire yourself in your most authentic form, in your most authentic truth, and recognize that irregardless of all the boxes that we are forced to live in or the ones that you forced yourself to be in, you are valuable, you are loved, you are worthy. And it is not, as long as you have air in your lungs, as long as you have air in your lungs, there is nothing you can't accomplish. This card was in that past reading, and it was the Hierophant. Now I know what it is. And right beneath it is the Death card, and right beneath it is the Tower card in reverse. And I just had to pull it out because Tower and Death all at the same time, coexisting as one. I'm sorry, I got a text message. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Oh, it's AT&T. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that, but my brain gets anxious because I'm waiting for something. So it gets anxious. It's purposeful why we pulled these out. You may be interested now. I don't know if that message will resonate, but you may be interested in seeing the 999 reading as well. That is already posted on my page. But we have the Hierophant, the Death card, and the Devil. Sorry, not the Tower. The Devil in reverse. What is your own personal devil? What is your own personal curse? What is the bondage that you are attached to? And when I say this, I mean all of us inherently within ourselves know who it is that we want to be. Meaning, we know our truest wants and our truest desires and our truest expressions. Many people are in the closet in one way or another. In the closet of expression, in the closet of actually having the career that they want to have. They are hiding so much of themselves, packed in a box, locked away in a dark corner, because they don't feel as though they are allowed or they can ever be that. And what a shame that is, to feel as though you could never be what you want to be, who you want to be. What a shame it is to feel like you are trapped in your human experience. We cannot explain consciousness. We cannot explain how we're alive, how we're breathing, how we're moving. We can't explain any of that. But we're here, alive, able to create, able to dream, able to envision, able to see, and all of that is chained by white supremacy. And in a way that maybe will be more collectively understood, if some people don't understand white supremacy, you are chained to ideals you were forced to believe about who you can be. That could mean ideas on gender, that could mean ideas on race, that could mean ideas about where people like you grew up from, and that could also be how you view other people as well. Ideas on how other people are supposed to be, which then impacts who you think you're supposed to be. We are a colonized society because, I hope y'all understand colonization. We are a colonized society, and those things have never changed. The fact that we are fighting for rights. Why does another group of human beings have power and control over another group of human beings? Why are we fighting people who are flesh, bone, and blood like us for rights that we have an automatic right to? An automatic right to housing, to food, to shelter, housing, yes, to medicine, to education, to life. Who has given these people the right to tell us that you can't be trans, you can't be queer, you can't live here and have value, you can't be this and have value, a woman must be this to be value, a man cannot show emotion? Where do these values come from, and why are we holding on to them? Why are we putting on this performance that we were taught? Because we know it's a performance, because it doesn't feel natural within us. It doesn't feel natural within us. And that's why we have that tension. And so as I see these cards, you are calling on something bigger. Sometimes I get afraid of saying that in tarot. But if you're watching tarot videos and believing in spirits, then let's talk about spirit. You're believing in something bigger. Leave your Abrahamic beliefs about the divine behind. Leave what the church or the mosque or the temple taught you behind, and connect with what you feel is truth in your heart. Our spirits know. Our souls know what it is that we want. When the door is closed and nobody is in the room with us, we express those versions of ourselves. We give life and breath to those versions of ourselves. But when we step out into the world, even me too, when we step out into the world, the masks comes on, because we have to be safe. We have to protect ourselves. But you have to dare and push against that. That's why part of healing is also learning about boundaries. It's securing your root chakra. It's not just about safety, of being like, yeah, it is about safety, of feeling safe in your environment, in your area. But being safe in your root also means that you are grounded in the fact that if anyone tries to move you from your foundation, you are capable, able, and willing to defend yourself against all encroachments of your safety, of your divinity, of your temple, including the psychological and verbal attacks that people may send you. You know what I mean? Someone called me a bitch with 20 holes in my face on Twitter because I dared to question or think differently than them. That I almost got upset, and then I realized there's no reason to get upset over that. This is somebody who's obvious. I did insult them back. I did. I didn't insult their physical, because there's no need to ever do that. But saying that to say that, like, once you speak your truth and you express yourself, you will have these attacks. But the death card here is calling on you. The death card here is calling on you to let go of the false images, of the false narratives, and the false truths about yourself that you hold about yourself, so that you can unlock yourself from this devil, this fear. The devil is truly just fear. That's all the devil is. The devil is fear. When you allow fear to encroach, it messes everything up. Because fear interrupts the root chakra, and if we are not grounded in our root, it interrupts everything else. So the devil is fear. That's the true devil. And once you fall into fear, it restricts you from doing so many other things and flowing in how you're supposed to flow and how you're supposed to be. So reach to the divine if you need to. Attach to your third eye and your crown chakra and your throat and your heart, and tap into your solar all the way down to your root. I'm sorry, all of it has to be, but I'm feeling more so that you're working on your crown, disconnecting to something higher, believing that you can be carried through. And you can be carried through. Believe it. Redefine your relationship with the divine and what it means for you. Nobody really knows the truth. And that's why people cling on to religion. Because none of us really know the truth. All we know is that we were born here and thrown into this human experience and told go. We have absolutely no idea what we're doing here. And so through religion, we feel a little bit more in control. We feel like we have the tools to know what to do. And religion is beautiful in that sense. And you can use whatever Abrahamic or non-Abrahamic background you come from to propel you into your new understanding. Because that's what I do. I think there's truth in everything. It's just discernment. But the cards are calling you to do is there needs to be a death of some sorts that happens, a closing, an ending, a walking away, a moving forward, and not returning, so that you can unhitch yourself from this devil, this fear. And in order for you to remove yourself from this devil, this fear, you need to attach yourself to the divine, so that rather than fear, you can feel joy. So that it's joy that powers you, not fear. And when joy powers you, because you have the joy in knowing that you are authentically being yourself, or trying as best as you can to authentically be yourself. These cards. And this is the Ace of Cups, not the Seven of Cups. Once you can do that, these cards flip and become upright. And you start to water into yourself. And you start to flow. That's what the world is calling on you to do. As afraid as you may be, to embrace yourself, to step into it. As scary as it is, as frightening as healing is, because it's frightening, and we can acknowledge that. Believe in yourself. Believe that you are being protected and led by something greater than yourself. Believe, just believe. And don't live a life that, I don't know, I feel like I've said enough. Just be yourself and trust that you'll be protected through being yourself and expressing yourself and blossoming. Thank you so much again for watching my video today. All my housekeeping will be down below, including the links to where you can book me. I hope this finds you all healthy, well, safe, blessed, and loved.